So there was a story that I saw yesterday that started making the rounds a little more today that I thought I'd talk about today, and that's the fact that the publishing rights for Shenmue III have changed hands. So who has it now, and what could this mean for the future of not only this game, but the entire series? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And I saw this press release pop up yesterday that says publishing for Shenmue III transfers to ININ Games. At least I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We'll get into the name of this company here in just a minute. But this was actually published on the 19th, which was the 5-year anniversary of the release of Shenmue III. And it says, ININ announces that the publishing for Shenmue III will officially transfer to ININ Games as of today. Following the previous collaboration on Air Twister, this will deepen the relationship between ININ Games and ININ. Known for their commitment to celebrating beloved titles, ININ Games is excited to shepherd Shenmue III into its next phase. This collaboration marks the beginning of a new chapter for Shenmue III, with ININ Games working closely alongside ININ to honor the series' legacy while ensuring its accessibility to even more fans around the world. And then they go on to talk about the two different companies, and I'll kind of get into some of that here in a minute. But first I wanted to point out here how it says they're excited to shepherd Shenmue III into its next phase, as well as ensuring its accessibility to even more fans around the world. So a lot of people wonder, what exactly could that mean? Well, if you don't know, right now Shenmue III is only available on PC and PS4. And this is probably due to the fact that Sony kind of helped fund the game along with the Kickstarter that they did. And I'm assuming probably the terms of that funding meant that they had exclusivity on consoles for 5 years after the game was published, especially since this new announcement comes exactly 5 years after the game was released. So this could mean that we might finally see the game get ported to the Switch or the Xbox. And here's the reason why I'm thinking this. If you look at Air Twister, which is the other game that ININ Games published for ININ, you can see that it's out on the Switch as well as the Xbox. So we know that ININ has experience developing for both of those systems, as well as ININ Games publishes for both of those systems. Now again, this is all speculation, but I would not be surprised to see Shenmue III come out for the Switch and the Xbox over the course of the next year. So let's get back to who is ININ Games, and again I apologize if I'm mispronouncing this, but this is from their official website. It says ININ translates as mandate in Japanese. We have been entrusted with a mandate to bring you timeless video games ranging from the past to the present. It is our promise and obligation to celebrate the gaming legacy of yesteryear and the classics of the future. So who exactly owns ININ Games? Because it seems like every company out there is owned by another company. Well, again, this is from their website. It says that ININ is a trademark of United Games Entertainment GmbH. Well, now I'll go research who this company is. It says right here that United Games Entertainment is a games and publishing house with 4 labels, each with its own focus. And then they list the 4 down here. You can see ININ Games listed, as well as Rocket Games, Strictly Limited, and MickGame.com. So Rocket Games and MickGame I'm not really familiar with. It looks like Rocket Games does digital and physical games, and it seems like MickGame does some type of promotional deals. But Strictly Limited I am fairly familiar with. They're sort of an equivalent to limited run games. They usually bring limited and exclusive collector's editions of various games. So with this association, I do have to wonder, could we end up seeing a physical release of Shenmue III come to the Switch through Strictly Limited? Strictly Limited has released other games physically from ININ Games. It wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility that, say 6 years after the initial release of Shenmue III, that we see a collector's edition get released for the Switch. I'm not counting on like a collector's edition through Strictly Limited for the Xbox, because right now they don't have any physical releases for Xbox on their store. That doesn't mean we won't see some kind of physical release get released, maybe directly through ININ Games, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. But what does this mean for the series going forward? It's no secret that Yu Suzuki wants to see the series continue in some type of form. And now that ININ has developed a good relationship with ININ Games, Could we perhaps finally see Shenmue IV get announced? And again, this is just all fun speculation. Obviously, I have a lot of hopium in this that we might see Shenmue series continue. It's still one of my favorite series of all time. Granted, I feel that the third entry was probably the least favorite of mine. And overall, I wasn't disappointed in the game, and despite what a lot of people say about it, it does add some more to the story. But I guess that's probably a topic for another day. But let me know your thoughts on this change for Shenmue III now being published by ININ Games. And do you think there's a possibility we might now see either like a Switch version or an Xbox version? And do you think there's now a possibility we might have Shenmue 4 actually get announced? Drop your comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. It really does help out a lot. I'm pretty close to getting to 1,000 subscribers. At that point, I can get into the next tier of YouTube's partnership. So if you could help out with that, I'd really appreciate it. I want to thank you for watching and be good.